questions for Coach?
Coach, what went different from second half of Memphis to this game?
Travis, I don't know. And I think the inconsistency in not knowing is not a good thing. And the inconsistency in not knowing as the head coach is on the head coach. And I tried to boil it down to what I thought the four things would be required today. Play really, really hard was number one. Number two was guard the ball, don't let it get to the middle without fouling. Number three was control the glass on both ends of the floor. And number four was don't turn it over. We knew it would be a low possession, slow game. They beat us on the offensive glass 11-7. They beat us on the defensive glass 25-24. And then we had 13 turnovers to their 8. So we shot it fine. We probably could have made a couple more free throws percentage-wise. But they had 13 more shots in a game that was a 63-possession game. And that's not enough. That's not good enough. That's not hard enough. That's not disciplined enough. That's not executing enough. You can't give a team that plays at that pace 13 more opportunities to shoot the ball. And those come from rebounds and turnovers. That's how they gain more possessions, not just Wofford, just anybody. I thought they deserved to win. I thought the vibe of the game kind of always felt uneasy. I think the best portion was arguably the first 4 minutes of the second half. I thought we were getting consecutive stops. We got a turkey during that span. Had too many turnovers, but to close the game, too many turnovers. And then at times, we were trying different groups. I think we played 10 guys, double-digit minutes. And we were trying different things defensively, trying to slow it down. And at times it did. And then we would give up a middle drive, or they would get an offensive rebound, or we wouldn't rotate to the weak side and they would hit a three. So just too many breakdowns in order to beat a disciplined team. And we got what we deserved.
Andre mentioned not coming, getting too comfortable, not having this kind of right amount of fight, like you said against Memphis. When you look at how many guys that you play in a normal scenario, would you like to narrow those minutes down to some of the good guys, and how much of that has to do with that fight?
Yeah, I think that whatever the answer is to that, Travis, is the answer. So player A, are you giving us your absolute best? Okay, let's try player B. Player B's not. Let's try player C. There's too much inconsistency in totality relative to what's required to win at this level. And it's not every second or every minute, but it's so difficult during a game to give away minutes or possessions, particularly in this sort of game, going, is he going to give his best? No matter who he is, whether he started or he finished, or can we count on you to give us your best, with your best not necessarily being statistical, your best in regards to can we count on you to do what we're asking you to do on both ends? And can we get 5 guys at a time to do that? It's not like all 5 or not. And sometimes it's not even, it's one breakdown. Or then the next time it's 2. And then, okay, let's sub and let's try to see if that works. And, if you, we were winning 31 minutes of the game. But if you look at the plus minus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 guys in a game that you're winning 31 minutes of. We have 7 guys with a negative. So, okay, let's play those 3. Okay, well, we need 2 more for sure. But the inconsistency in all 5 losses, similar to what I said, was that yesterday when I talked to you? That's what we have to figure out.
Buzz, in previous years, y'all been in situations kind of like this, and have come back later and had closed with a blaze. Is there anything you can point to about what you see with these guys right now that would say, this is why I think that at some point we may be able to make that run and turn things around?
I sure hope so. Year 1, we did finish with a blaze, and then COVID started. Year 2, there was no blaze. Year 3, it was a very long blaze and a lot of fun. And through 11 games thus far, it's been 2 up and down. And I think we've addressed some things that needed to be changed from a tactical standpoint, and I do think that those things have helped us. But like I told you guys yesterday, now we're focusing on an intangible thing, and that intangible thing is we have to play with more fight and more grit and more togetherness, and we have to do it for longer periods of time, and we need multiple guys to be able to do it. And to Travis's first question, in the second half, we had great fight, and I kind of talked to him before the game about some of that fight and the numbers that went with it. In the second half at Memphis, we had 12 offensive rebounds. We didn't have 12 offensive rebounds today total. In the second half against Memphis, they had 2 offensive rebounds. In the first half at Memphis, they had 4. So at Memphis had 4 offensive rebounds in the first half and 2 in the second. Today, Wofford had 11. And the game is not near as fast. So there's not near as many balls in the air today as there was Saturday night. So maybe the break will be good. Maybe I'll have some different answers than what I have now. I try to guard what I say publicly, even to the team, because I don't want to speak out of emotion. I want to have logic with a solution in mind. But right now, it's along the same lines as what I said to you guys yesterday.
How concerning is that rebounding that you saw today, and is that something that is fixable, or how do you?
Our offensive rebounding rate going into today, I think we were 22nd in the country. And so that speaks to, through 10 games, we've done a lot of good things. I think our defensive rate, we improved dramatically at Memphis in the second half, even against Oregon State. Against Oregon State, I think we defensive rebounded 82% of their misses, and against Memphis, 79%, and today, 69%. So you think, well, it's only 10% less. It is 10% less, but it's also a much slower game. And so the value of that is increased.
How much of a thinner edge does it feel like maybe the season has after a loss like this with the goals that you all want to accomplish?
Yeah, for sure, a lot. I think this is, I would have to, well, I know, this is the second guarantee game loss of my career, and I've coached, I would say, approximately 500 games. And so I don't know the exact words to say, and I told our team that. But I understand that I'm the spokesperson of the team, and so in the same way that I want to talk after a win, I need to be able to talk after a loss. And so they deserve to win. We did not do the tough things that are required from start to finish. You can't allow a team to shoot 13 more balls than you whether the game is fast or slow, and you can't get beat on the glass on both ends of the floor, whether the game is fast or slow, and you can't be subbing guys, giving away minutes, wondering, let's just shake them up in a bag and see if this group will work, because you don't have enough possessions or minutes to figure that out.
What's the focus going to be during this break? And it's kind of weird with it being Christmas in there, not have all the time with them. So just with
Yeah, we practice Christmas night, and then we'll play 2 games next week. So I think we play a week from today, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and play a team that beat TCU at TCU, and I haven't studied them, but I know they're a different type of team than Wofford. And then I think 3 days later we play a team that beat Arizona State. So Wofford got beat at Vanderbilt by 3 in the last minute of the game. Wofford got beat at LSU by 3 in the last minute of the game. So we'll be tested. I do think that the test, regardless of the style of play or the complexion of the opponent, I do think we're going to continue to get the same test until we pass it.
does a loss like this right before break, is it maybe beneficial for the guys to kind of not dwell on it, but at least kind of have that hunger to get back in the win column when they get back?
I don't know. Maybe a player would answer it different. I would say a coach never wants to lose a game, whether it's the first one or the last one or the one before Santa Claus.
All right, that's a wrap.
Thank you, guys.